Well, I will say this. Our next guest is already here. He's been hanging out for a little bit, so let's go ahead and bring him in right now. That way we can get as much time as possible with him. If you've been watching other shows around the community, you know what is called the Fan League 4. We had 3 of them on last week, 2 of them on our special, and then Christina was also on our show last Sunday. And the 4th member of that is someone that we've been able to get on tonight, and we're very excited to talk to him, and that is Mr. Jacoby Bancroft.
Hello. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Of course. Welcome for coming.
Oh man, this is weird. It's a weird sensation. Usually I'm with the other Fan League 4. Usually there's like a whole row of us coming at you.
There you go.
Now it's just me. So
we're putting you on the spotlight. We're giving you a chance, and we got to see what you got on your lonesome.
Oh man, exciting stuff. Well, again, thank you very much.
I mean, the whole chat has already blown up. So you're a name that's, we got Amaru in here, we got Anthony in here, Peggy, the whole crew is in here. I know Christina has already sent into Streamlabs as well, so I'll read that here in a second. But
they are absolutely the biggest hype squad known to man. I mean, just like if you want anybody to hype you up and have them in your corner, everyone in the chat right now is just above average. They're amazing is what they are.
Well, so for those who don't know who you are, and obviously I know that you come from the fan leagues, but a little backstory on yourself, movies, Schmoedown, Fan League, also kind of just all how it connects to everything.
Sure. As probably a lot of people in this community, I've loved movies since a very young age. I'm very lanky. I'm very skinny, so I don't play any sports whatsoever. I don't keep track of any sports, unfortunately. But I do like movies, and I like movies a lot, and I always have. And I just knew entertainment is just my passion. Something that I've always wanted to be a part of throughout it all. So like when I stumbled upon this, movie trivia Schmoedown, which happened because I was a big fan of William Bibiani beforehand. Like I was 10 years ago now, I was a high schooler and I sent an email to William Bibiani back when he was a critic at Crave Online. And I just, because I really looked up to him as a critic and the words that he said, he was so great. And he sent me like the nicest response back, something that was much more than just a high school kid deserved, who just like, hey, how do you be a movie critic? It's like how when you send to him. But then I followed his career for a few years, and then one day on YouTube it pops up in the chat like William Bibiani versus Mark and Draco. I was like, oh, what's this? I want to check that out. And I was one of those fans who starts off as just a watching the trivia type thing, right? Because like I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea of these characters. It was all over the place. But then as the years went on, you get invested, right? You get hooked in. It's like, okay, I'm going to start watching the end scenes. Okay, I got to watch the promos. Okay, I need the backstory of just about everything that's ever happened here. And now here we are today. So it's been a wild ride.
It must be pretty surreal starting off like that, then getting to the fan leagues and now seeing your name on the official draft list, right?
That was absolutely insane. I was in the middle of watching a Cobra Kai episode when I got the notification. Yeah, it was so good. And you know how good that show is. So for something that big to take me out of it and be like, oh, I'm in the draft. Wowza. What does this mean? Type thing. It's like, okay, we got to go from there. To go from from where I started to here today, talking with you guys for the chance to be on the Schmoedown is just incredible.
That's awesome. It's a really cool story. Okay, one Streamlabs here, and I do want to get to this. This is from Christina, and she had said, Jacoby, you are the best dressed and most fun. Which of the Fan League 4 is your favorite? No pressure. Hashtag draft Jacoby.
Already stirring the pot, girl.
Already does that. And the problem is Christina, kind of cornered me in a dark alley before this and says, if you don't stay me like after this, we're gonna have some trouble. So out of fear for my life, I guess I have to say Christina because I hold everything that I love, dear to me. So I guess I just got to say Christina. Christina, I hope that answer was okay. Don't hurt me.
It's good reason.
I was going to compliment you on your shirt. Actually, I love the print.
Thank you. I like Hawaiian shirts and I like crazy wild pattern shirts because I like to have fun. I started wearing them in the fan leagues and now I don't take them off. Nice. So I hope to bring that. If I get drafted, there will be Hawaiian shirts. That's kind of what I did in my more shirts. That's how I think I pressured Christian because in my audition video and my email I told him it's like I have a lot of Hawaiian shirts. If you draft me, I'll wear them. So I think that's what got me over.
Someone in the chat said that Oh, here it is, right here. Should be team with Matt Ashley.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, yeah.
I would love that so much because Matt Ashley is like one of those players who I love. It's like those are the types of players I love the most. The ones who are super knowledgeable, obviously, but then also they're there to have a good time. They're there to have a lot of fun. And they're able to rock it. So I love the energy Matt Ashley brings to everything. So if we could team up and wear Hawaiian shirts together, I would die. I would love that.
Fair enough.
All right, Molly, I'll go ahead and go to you first.
Yeah, so you are going into singles and teams, correct?
Singles and teams is kind of what I'm leaning towards more, but also I do want to dabble in IG because I do think I'm a solid IG player. Of the Fan League 4, Rue is definitely the IG one who's going to completely dominate IG, but I can be a contender in IG. I do know my stuff and I know everything in those categories. But singles and teams first and foremost, I want to make a name for myself there and build myself up in that league as well.
Awesome. Good to know. Okay, so I've been asking people about wheel slices. Is there a particular wheel slice from singles and teams or IG that you kind of are more geared towards, or that you think that you would just destroy, just dominate? Like that is your wheel slice.
It's tough. Is there a Gene Hackman category? Is there a Gene Hackman slice on there yet? I've recently discovered a love for that actor. I've just been watching all this whole stuff. I don't think there is, unfortunately. If I guess
DJ, get on it. Gene Hackman.
Exactly. Gene Hackman deserves the slice. No, I like action adventure. I like broad stuff, comedy stuff like that. 80s I'm working on. I'm trying to get stronger and better in there.
Which 80s?
The good 80s.
The good 80s, obviously. The good ones.
Obviously. I like family 80s, I guess, more so. It's like I've tried watching a lot of sci-fi 80s, and I think I'm going to love them a lot, and I don't as much, unfortunately.
That's fair.
Yeah, but a lot of slices like that, individual ones. But action adventure, I think, I love big adventurous times at the cinemas, so let's go with those.
Nice.
Okay, 2 Streamlabs have come in. I want to get to this one first because this has come from Mr. Frank Janish. And it says, it says, help me help you, Jacoby. Rank the Fan League 4.
Oh.
Frank Janish ranking the Fan League 4. He's only saying that because we are in a Twitter feud right now, or a Schmoedown feud, or whatever. It's my first Schmoedown feud is with Frank.
Nice.
Isn't everybody?
First of many.
You're not in the Schmoedown until you have a feud with Frankie Janish. Like,
Pretty much.
It's amazing. It made me feel really honored and special when that whole thing started. So if I had to rank them, the Fan League 4, Scott, I think of us, it's so difficult because we all bring something new to the table, which is such a cop-out answer, I know. But it's absolutely true. I mean, Peggy is as she says, a great support team, a great team player. She's going to make a dominant team player for everything that I do. Rue is going to be completely dominant in IG. Christina is going to scare your pants off, and every time that she talks and everything like that. And then I'm here to have a good time as well. So in all those different categories, we're all number one, Frank. Take that,
Frank.
Fair enough.
You tried, Frankie. You tried.
You're trying to split us apart and put division in the Fan League 4, Frank. Not going to happen unless we are on different factions, and then we'll go after each other. Not yet.
Unless, of course, that does actually happen.
Yeah, unless it's true, obviously.
All right, next one comes from Garth Harkness McMurray. And he says, congrats on the multiplex awards you won tonight, Jacoby. Which Schmoedown player would you love to have as a teammate in any of the factions? You can include people in the draft who have not been drafted yet. So I'm guessing you won some kind of award tonight?
Yeah, in the fan leagues, we just had Multiplex, one of the big fan leagues over there. They literally just had their awards like 40 minutes ago, and I was very fortunate enough to win Multiplex Player of the Year, which is really great people. It's because of regular singles trivia and teams trivia. There's also IG, there's TV trivia and debate, and I do well in all those categories. So I was very grateful to win. Paul Oyama presented the award for me, so that was really nice.
Congratulations!
It literally just happened, so I'm still coming off that high. I immediately jump on this one. As far as Garth's questions in terms of teammates go, the player who I always love is Paul Preston. He had a really tough season last year, obviously for all that, but the energy that he brings with his comedy and his beastly trivia skills is amazing. So if I could just be in the same room with Paul Preston in any capacity, I would be truly honored.
I think all of us here can agree that this coming season, I think Paul Preston's going to be the comeback player. I think everyone should definitely keep their eye out on Mr. Paul the Powder Keg Preston.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
I would definitely agree with you.
Frankie!
All right, Brian, I'll go ahead and send it off to you next.
So I guess I can go a little bit more difficult since you actually know the league and follow it. I ask usually what you're looking for in a manager, but who do you think you're more geared towards? Who would be a best fit for you?
I mean, I'm wearing bright Hawaiian shirts and I'm very loud and energetic. It has to be a face faction is who kind of I'm more geared toward more than anything. It's like the two managers of, I would say the two biggest faces are there's Koi, the quirky Mercs, who I absolutely love. I love his positivity. I love his energy. But then there's also Winston, because as I've said, a few times before, it's like Winston surprised me so much because I'll admit he was the manager I slept on last year, right? Because I didn't expect a whole lot from him just because I didn't know him. But then to see how invested he was in his players and to see how he goes to the mat for just every single one of them and the passion and, like the fuel that he gives them is just such a great energy and one that I would like to be a part of, because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about, right? We're here to have fun and we're here to have a good time. So of those two, Koi and Winston, I'm available, but also mandatory. Any manager who wants to draft me, I'll be there as well.
Fair enough.
Those are good picks.
They are.
With his personality, it definitely fits. So I would say that's probably right. Jill, what do you got?
Yeah, I'll do one of my scenario questions. So let's say you're in a match, it's your round 2, and you're ahead. So it's the wheel round. You get to pick if you spin first or if you defer. Do you spin first? Do you defer? And why?
I think a lot of the time it depends on the situation, but I think the broad answer is you defer. I just think that is kind of the strongest way to go overall in general, because, as a player, you want to see you hopefully your opponent is going to take something off the board that you don't necessarily want. And also you can see how well you need to play going forward in your round, right? Because then you can be like, I can be a little risky and go for 2 because I need to, because they just did really well. Or, hey, they didn't do very well. I'm in a comfortable spot. I can check down to multiple choice and go for the 1 port and be safe and still, maintain a comfortable lead. And also I think there's that psych element, to it as well. If kind of defer to them, it's like there's a lot of pressure on them, I think, to go first and to do well when you don't know how well your opponent's going to do. So for all those factors, yes, it's a case-by-case basis depending on score and who you're playing against and what's on the wheel. But overall, you defer.
I think you and I are on the same page with that. I got you. I love that. I've always kind of been on that same mindset of you want to see what they get so you can see what kind of slice you want to stick with, because it's good answer, Jacoby. I'm right there with you, sir.
I had one good answer. Yes.
I agree 100% as well. I think deferring is kind of the way to go. Even
if you're up by a couple points?
Molly, shush. Secrets.
Oh, gosh.
I know. I don't care.
Molly's
I have no secrets.
Secrets? What's that? I don't know. I don't know her.
Yeah, I don't know her.
Okay, so we know that you have a big history with Schmoedown. You love the sport, and you know it very well. And I know this is a question that's asked in the chat quite a bit, so I want to get to it. Is there someone that you would absolutely love to play first that is already in the league? I'll keep the rookies out of it. Someone who's been playing for a little while that is a singles and teams player.
Singles and teams player. It's first and foremost, just because of how I got into the Schmoedown, I would love to play Bibs, but am I at Bibs level? I'm going to be honest. No, because I don't think a lot of people are, to be honest with you, for everything like that. So for a first player, I would love to take a shot at Ben Goddard. I think that'd be a really fun match just because I've watched him play and I've seen his trivia knowledge. And I think, I think we'll have a fun time, and I'll just make bird calls at him maybe. And then
call like a bird.
Yeah, I'll be perfect. I'm already very loud and very energetic. So just halfway through an answer, like, "Caw!" And then I'll just, I'll see what happens.
Just pretend it's a cough.
Perfect. Yeah.
Sorry.
I really hope that happens now.
Maybe even wear a bird Hawaiian shirt. Throw them
I
off.
will.
a
I
little
will.
bit.
Do I have any bird ones? I will buy a bird shirt specifically for that match.
Dress up like a pigeon.
like a pigeon.
Just trust me. Just do it.
Okay.
It'll piss him and Alex off.
I was gonna say, it'll piss off Alex.
For you, Molly. Yes. Okay, I'll do that. You've heard it here first, folks. If Jacoby gets drafted, he's buying a pigeon suit.
Okay, so does anybody else have any questions for Jacoby before we get to our final one?
Other than our amazing ending questions.
I mean, our question is great at the end. You dig on it?
I love our question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of you in a second. We were watching.
Okay, I do have a quick one. I want to ask quickly because it's seeing your personality. It's a question that kind of just came up. Are you comfortable with playing a character, or would you rather be just yourself?
Am I comfortable playing a character? Yeah, absolutely. I love acting. I was a theater kid. Big shocker. So I like acting. I like putting on characters, and I like performing. Because I've always loved doing that. So if I had to play a character, that's great. But if I get to be myself too and have a good time while doing it, then I'll love that. So, but I'll do whatever. You throw a character at me, as long as it's not a British accent, because I cannot do a British accent to save my life. Then I think I'll do okay.
That's fair. All right, we'll get to the POV question of the night here, and that is, do you have a favorite movie snack and a favorite candy?
Movie snack is it's and I'm trying to remember last time I went to the movies, like 8 years ago, it seems like, right? It feels like. It's typical popcorn, big bucket of popcorn that I can't ever finish. You always go for the large because it's only like 25 cents more, and they always upsell you, and I always fall for it, even though I never finish it. And you're not going to go in the movie and get a refill halfway through.
No.
But I love that. I love popcorn. Candy-wise, I'm always torn. Your last guest, just said kind of the two things that I was going to say. It's Skittles and Reese's. I love wild berry Skittles so much. Wild berry Skittles are the best. I think they're the best flavor. Yes. And then, but when I'm in like a different mood, Reese's, any type of Reese's peanut butter cups, Reese's Pieces, those fast break bars, anything Reese's, chocolate and peanut butter, I'm in.
Love it.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's good. All right, well, Jacoby, thank you so much for stopping by. And I know we've talked a little bit over the last couple of weeks, so we were able to get you on the special, but it was awesome to finally get you on the show a little bit, hang out with you, get to know you, and can't wait to see what happens on Friday.
Yeah, I'm me too. It's gonna be a good time. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you for interviewing all the rookies and kind of getting our names out there and stuff. I love what you guys do and everything. And good luck and hyping up all my Fan League 4. I said I would do that. So they're all great too. Draft all of them. I think you have Frank Janish next. Frank Janish, we're in a feud. Deal with it. Okay, I think it's pretty good.
All right, Jacoby, have a good one, man. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean, big personality. You can tell he fit very well on a couple factions. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. We love him.
Excited to see if he gets drafted, where he'll end up.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't realize, and I don't know. I don't do a lot of research on the fan leagues, but I mean, winning Player of the Year that's a big deal. I mean,
that's huge.
Little award thing. That's super cool because they put in the same amount of work basically as the Schmoedown competitors do. So it's awesome that they do their own little award. That's so rad.
Yeah,
Kudos to you guys for doing that. That's awesome.